Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to episode 26 of XCom 2. We're going to jump right in because if the next mission is the mission that I expect it to be, it is going to take quite some time, and that is to go and do this mission here. Is there anything that we really need to get online before we do that? Not really. The only thing that could probably make us more prepared for this mission would be plasma weaponry, which we can't really get right now. There is apparently something new at the black market though. Let's just go and quickly check that out. We probably can't afford anything anyway, but we might as well have a quick look while we are here. There might be something useful. But then we're going to go and try and do the story mission. We should be okay doing that. So first of all, is there anything that we can sell? Well, apparently Viper corpses are in demand right now. I think we can sell off a few of those. Advent officer corpses, we probably don't need all of those. Probably don't need all of those sectoid corpses. Stun Lancer's pretty worthless. Don't think we need to keep many of those. Get rid of some Muton corpses. Trooper corpses. Kept a lot of those around. Get rid of some of the mechs. Shield bearers. Get rid of a few of those. Archons. Everything else we probably want to keep for now. That's 135 supplies there. That's quite nice. Let's have a look and see what we could buy, assuming we wanted to buy anything. Intel 74, that's not a lot. We could go and buy ourselves another 149 supplies. We will be getting a supply drop quite soon though, so I don't think we really need to do that. A superior expanded magazine could be really, really nice on a... I'm going to buy that. And the reason I'm going to buy that is I'm going to use that on a sniper who is a long-distance sniper, because it's brilliant for things like Killzone. But I think we're going to go and do this mission now. I think that is the best thing to do. I would like to get another scientist, but I don't think that's going to happen. So we're going to have 14 enemies. Nice. We will get supplies for this as well. So we're going to have 14 enemies, including an Andromedan, Muton, Archon, Sectopod, and a Codex. We're going to get everything thrown at us on this mission. Luckily, no chrysalids. I don't know whether or not they'll get reinforcements. Fairly certain it isn't a timed mission. So, it is going to be quite a slow mission. Dark event complete. We're now being hunted by a UFO. Well,
indicates the aliens have a UFO hunting for our position. We need to be careful about where we pick our flight paths.
We can potentially avoid that if we are careful. I think our usual team is best team. Sorry, Pyro, I'm going to remove you from this one. The reason for that is because I would prefer someone who has better explosions. So that is going to be Marbazir, because blowing stuff up is always the best way to go. We are going to make sure that we give Marbazir the right armor, so you're going to be wearing... Oh, we have the war suit now as well. That could be interesting. Deciding who we're going to give the war suit to. Let's give the exosuit to Marbazir, which we were going to do. Marbazir, you're going to have the flamethrower as before. Your second grenade slot, you can take the gas bomb. Then I think what we'll actually do... Do we want to give that suit to somebody else? They would lose a second utility slot. We could give it to someone like Asimo, who does get shot quite a lot. He's often up front being our hacker if we want to use him to Skulljack, but then he might not be able to take the Mimic Beacon, which is quite nice. Let's just go and have a look and see what exactly the war suit gives us in terms of slots. So if we were, for example, to give you the war suit.
We're calling this heavy power armor the war suit. This is as tough and strong as we can make it, with plenty of power for handling heavy weapons.
So that's quite a funky suit of armor. It does come with the standard old rocket launcher, but yeah, we do lose a slot for doing it, so we either wouldn't be able to take the Skulljack, or we wouldn't be able to use the... I'm going to change my mind on this one. I'm going to keep Azumo with the Warden armor because I like him to be able to have the Skulljack and the Mimic Beacon because he's usually not in stealth. So what I think I'm going to do is actually use the armor on myself. Now, I know most of the time I don't really get shot at, but if there's any person that's ever going to be in the front lines, it's going to be the Ranger. And a Ranger with a rocket launcher is pretty dangerous. Yep, we'll keep the flashbang. We don't need the... Oh, do we want the Mimic Beacon? I don't use the flashbang all that much. Having a second Mimic Beacon is really good. And this is where things start to get complicated. Do we want to give anybody else a Mimic Beacon? Can't really afford to give anybody else a Mimic Beacon. They are so good. I really don't use the flashbang nearly as much as I should. Let's go and have the Mimic Beacon. It's much better than the flashbang. So I think that's us set up and ready to go. So let's go and get out of here. So the good thing about that war suit is it's pretty much the same as the... what's the other one called now? The exosuit. It's pretty much the same as the exosuit, except one, you can put better weapons on it because it can take the powered weapons as well as the heavy weapons. So we're going to have to start making some of those as soon as we can. But secondly, it can make a portable shield. Now, I don't know whether that shield protects the actual wearer of the suit, but it does turn the person wearing the suit into hide cover, which means you can have one of your soldiers hide behind it and use it as cover. So, kind of like the old mechs could in the Enemy Within expansion for the original game. So we've got to recover any valuable information and extract all XCom soldiers. We're expecting some nasty stuff. We know we're going to have a lot of the endgame aliens. No gatekeepers, no chrysalids. I don't think this mission has a time limit. At least I hope it doesn't, especially given the number of aliens that we've got to face.
The facility is in range. Move to investigate.
Says the facility is in range. That's about 100 miles away. Now, the particular facility, this particular mission is... I think it's quite scripted. I mean, I've seen people play this before. The map looks a little bit different, although some of it looks quite familiar. So we are going to have to start taking a look and see what we can find. I do intend to be relatively cautious because, of course, I don't want to get detected too early. We want to try and make sure that we take the aliens out one group at a time. Okay, we've detected our first group. We've got a Muton and an Andromedon. There may be another Muton in there that we can't see. I do find it quite unusual to have a group that only has 2 aliens in. Not unheard of, but unusual. Going to be difficult to move anybody into a position where they have a decent line of sight, but we are going to start moving some people over that way. Give us a better chance of shooting them later. There's not an awful lot of point in staying in full colour. Sorry, there's not an awful lot of point in staying in concealment because we don't really have a timer, so the concealment isn't really all that big of a thing for us right now. Always worried about putting Azumo right up front, but he does quite well. He's a good shot, even if he's not a very good hacker. And we will move our medic forward a little as well. Prefer the medic in full cover, actually. Okay, so let's go for a round of overwatches. Those guys are actually patrolling around. They've moved outside. Well, we know there's a sectopod on the map, we can hear it. But we were expecting one anyway, so that's hardly a surprise. Now, he's moved quite a bit further away than I thought he would. So the question is, do we have a chance of actually hitting them from there? No, that is unfortunate. We could get a little closer. It's getting closer and staying in full cover that I'm worried about. I think we can get to there safely. So that might be a good opportunity to open with an acid grenade. We are going to want to save at least some grenades for the sectopod. I think the two biggest problems we're going to have is the Andromedon and the sectopod. And I'm expecting one sector pod. I shouldn't think we'll have another Andromedan, but you never know. The Andromedan is definitely... Now, he's not going to get acid burn, but of course he does take quite a lot of damage from that initially. So, first of all, we don't have any shots on with Afro, which is quite disappointing. So I'm going to move Afro up to... Wow, Afro wouldn't even have a shot on him from there. He would have a shot on both of them from here, though. So, let's just go... We've got a 100% chance to hit that one. So, let's just go and use face-off, and we can actually shoot at both of them. And he'll do some damage to the Andromedan, because he... Well, actually, I should have saved that shot. I should have gone last with him, because even though he has the blue screen ammo, the Andromedan doesn't count as a robotic enemy on the first stage. It only counts as a robotic enemy on the second stage. We can go and try and do some more damage to it, though. We do have quite a lot of shots still left available to us. 50% chance from Marbazir. That's quite bad considering how high up we are. It's a coin flip, but let's try and take it. You missed, Marbazir. You actually went and missed. Not necessarily sure that we can take this thing out now. Okay, Azuma. Azuma could possibly hack the second stage of it and stop it from moving. That's not a bad idea. If we could destroy it in the first stage, I'd have a line of sight from there and I wouldn't be out of concealment. Not that it makes a lot of difference. We have only a 52% chance of hitting it. Rapid fire would give us a 37% chance twice. I think I'll take the gamble. If we can destroy its first stage, there we go. We've already got it down to the second stage. So it's going to resurrect, of course, because that's what Andromedans do. But what we could do now is we could use our... can't remember what it's called now. Haywire protocol. And we could sort of disable it for a turn. I like how I don't actually get the second shot. Because it's still the same enemy. That's a little bit poor. I dislike that. Let's go and use our Haywire protocol. So we should have a 100% chance to disable it, even if we don't have the chance to take control of it. There's not a lot of point taking control of it, so why bother? 100% chance to stun it for a couple of turns. So, yeah, that's what we want to do. I think every time a soldier has a successful hack, it should increase their hack chance slightly. There are some hacks you can get where you have a chance of picking a reward that increases your chance to hack, or your hack skill. But I still think it'd be better if they actually gain some just for, you know, just for playing missions. Let's move up a little bit further with Gizmo. He doesn't have a line of sight from there, but that's fine. We shouldn't detect anything else. He's not going to be able to do anything at all, which is really good. Still hear that sector pod stomping around. So this is only 2 enemies. This is going to leave us with 12 left. Let's go ahead and take the sniper rifle shot with Afro. Well, that did a lot of damage, even though it didn't kill it. He's got 1 health left. Let's see if we can get the kill with Marbazir. Marbazir's the only one here who is not max rank. He has a 100% chance to hit now. There we go. Is that going to be enough for a promotion? Apparently not. So, let us start doing some stuff. I'm going to conceal. And we're going to continue to move forward, just bit by bit. Want to try and see what else we can find. I didn't want to go there. I was actually aiming for this side of the tree, and I sort of misclicked, but never mind. We know that there's nothing down there. We should be safe. So let's just move people into cover. We need to start getting everybody down here. I think we're going to try and go up the road here. We are on one edge of the map. So that's probably the safest way to do this. I don't think there's anything else in this building. I do think it was just the one patrol. Thank God for that. So let's just make sure everybody is... Now, I could do a reload. I get a free reload, so it's not really worth wasting it on 1 ammo. So this is going to be quite a slow mission. I am going to have to be careful with it. We will need to get some people into better positions now. But that's 2 of the harder enemies down. We have got a Codex, of course. The Codex is always a pain. Marbazir is also running low on ammo. Before we risk bringing anybody else down, let us keep running forwards bit by bit and see if we can see anything else. Still can't see anything at the moment. Let's pop over here to this half cover. Nope, we still can't see anything else up there, which is good, because that means we can start moving people forwards. At least we should be able to.
Got it. Moving.
Let's get Marbazir up to... Marbazir does need a reload. Marbazir gets a free reload, though, actually. So he can fire one more shot when he needs to. Let's move Marbazir up here then. Just start getting people forwards. I'm trying to keep count of the aliens that we get rid of. Just so that I can make sure that we don't get any surprises. That should be everybody. Still here, that sector pod. We know it's there somewhere. Okay, so let's do a little bit more scouting. Let's move over here. And we've spotted our group. Did he spot me? Yeah, once again, the game's done that same BS thing where I moved into a spot where I shouldn't have been seen, but the game has just decided, no, you know what? You've been spotted. And I really hate that about this game sometimes. Now then, rocket launcher. We could hit the Archon, we could hit the car, and hit the other guy. That is going to damage the Archon, destroying the car, which will probably do a fair decent amount of damage to the shield bearer. If it doesn't kill him completely when the car explodes. Did it do enough damage to kill him? We do get another shot, of course. Didn't kill the shield bearer, that was a little bit disappointing. We could throw a larger grenade, of course. And hit all 3 of them again. I'm alright with that. I'm alright with using grenades. We are going to want to save that last acid grenade for the sector pod, which we definitely will. There's the shield bearer gone. So now we're just down to the Archon. Am I on fire? Looks like I'm on fire. I do have movement left, of course. I'm going to just get out of the fire, I think. Because being in the fire is not fun. I'm guessing Marbazir probably doesn't have a shot from anywhere. Let's just move Izumo forwards a little bit. Keep him in cover. I just want to try and see if I can kill that thing with Marbazir. Because I do want to try and get promotions for people where I can. We would have line of sight from there. That's fine. Doesn't mean we'll hit it, but we'll give it a go. What are our odds? 50%, but, you know, it's a coin flip on whether or not we get some XP here. And he's hit it. Brilliant. So there's another kill for Marbazir. Did that earn you a promotion? No, it did not. So we are going to have to wait a couple of turns now and let people recover for a bit. Let's start moving some people forwards. Izumo, you're going to Overwatch. Medics shouldn't be at the front, but we'll move you forwards anyway. I'm not expecting anything's going to run into us, but you never know. And the aliens turn again. I think we're going to take a couple of turns just to let this acid and fire and stuff clear, because we do need to get across this bridge. That's the only way to get to the facility. Oh, look, we can see the sector pod. I don't think we're supposed to be able to see the sector pod, but we can see the sector pod. Okay, well, it's nice to know where it is. I was expecting it to be over near the facility anyway. So with that in mind, we are going to take a few turns just to reload and sort of regenerate. So let's keep everybody sort of up on this side of the map. I don't need to reload. Izumo doesn't need to reload. Afro, you probably could do with reloading. prefer you to be at full ammunition whenever possible. And there's no point you really being on Overwatch from there, so we'll reload with you. And who else have we got? We've got Shadowhawk, who doesn't need to reload. We can just move you up into full cover. And then we've got Marbazir, who we can... We're running out of cover up here. You need to reload, though, so we'll move you up here. You've actually got a free reload anyway, so what we could technically do is reload and then still move you if we wanted to.
I'm ready.
A little bit worried if I moved here it might activate something on the other side of the bridge, but I don't think it will. There is still half cover there. That car has already exploded, so theoretically it shouldn't be able to explode a second time. Okay, we're all good. Everybody else is going to just Overwatch down. I just want all that acid to clear. No, you're fine.
Overwatch. On Overwatch. On Overwatch. I'm on it.
Yeah, you're next to the fire, but you're not actually in the fire.
Huh?
Right, the acid's gone. Brilliant.
In position.
I wanted the acid to be gone because I wanted to be able to sort of move onto the bridge without without taking any damage from that. Can we actually get through that? We can climb over it. That's fine. So we are going to have to move forwards with somebody. That's just the way it goes. So we'll move up to here. We might activate something. Yeah, we have activated something. We've activated an officer and a shield bearer. Now, luckily, we didn't actually activate the sector pod, I don't think. Do we have a shot with Afro? Yes, we do. 64 and 77. 77% shot on the shield bearer, I like. Let's see if we can take that. Take that shot, Mr. Afro. Don't miss. Well, you didn't miss. So I can't really grumble about that. Now, I want to keep people in cover, but I do want to try and do some damage to those guys. Let's get Marbazir around this side. Marbazir now has a 39% shot on the shield bearer. Wow, I actually thought that guy would be more flanked. Let's take the gamble on the shield bearer. Very low odds. I'm not expecting this to hit. No, I wasn't expecting him to hit there. If he had have hit, that would have been a bonus. Probably could have just used the gas grenade, but it seemed like a little bit of a waste. We could use a capacitor discharge if we wanted. Oh, okay, and how many aliens did we just take out as well? We took out another 3, so we're now 5 down. So we're now down to 9. So there'll be 7 after we take this group. We could use capacitor discharge. Did I actually use my last acid grenade? Yeah, we definitely need to keep that plasma grenade then. Right, does anybody else have a shot? Actually, yes. Azumo's got a 44% chance. I think what we do with Azumo is, apart from moving him further forward so he'll be more useful on a subsequent turn, is we won't waste the capacitor discharge, but we'll go and use combat protocol on the shield bearer. That's guaranteed to kill the shield bearer because it completely ignores his armor. And then that means the shield bearer can't do anything too nasty by putting a shield on the annoying officer. Now, the only problem is I don't really think we can do anything to the officer. I'm not in cover at the moment, so I'm definitely just going to go and move behind this tree. Nobody else is really in a position to hit. I mean, we could take some pot shots, but I don't think they're going to be enough to actually hit. I don't think we've got much of a chance of actually hitting. 31% chance is not good. I'd sooner give aid protocol to... give aid protocol to me, because then that way, even if the officer tries to move or the officer tries to shoot, I've got threat assessment, which means that I should return fire, even if he doesn't move. If he shoots, my Overwatch will still trigger. And who else have we got? We have got Shadowhawk, who I think we can still put into cover and probably just Overwatch. So let's move a little bit closer with Shadowhawk. and we will overwatch. We do want to get close with Shadowhawk because we're going to need him for that sector pod. So it's the alien's turn. Let's see what he does. He's probably going to shoot at Marbazir. And there we go. I actually get my reaction shot, which was a miss, unfortunately. Yeah, I thought I was a little bit far away.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
He is firing at... He's actually firing at Gizmo. I guess that makes sense. He was only in half cover. That's quite annoying. That's fine, though. He can heal himself up. So, back to being our turn again. I think we are going to move forwards here with Marbazir. We may end up pulling that sect pod if we're not careful. And that's something that I really want to avoid. We do have a 44% shot from Afro. It's not a great shot, but let's try and get this guy gone before we start to bring that sect pod towards us. We did miss, unfortunately. Was another unfortunate shot. Right, apparently he is now flanked because we've destroyed his cover. You should be healing yourself, which you can actually do. Let's go and heal yourself up. You can still then take a shot if you want to. I don't think Marbazir could kill him on this turn even if he got a hit. So, while you have him flanked, take the shot. You might be able to weaken him up a bit. And you crit him but didn't kill him. That's actually what I wanted. What I'd like now is Marbazir to get the kill. If at all possible. 66%. You've got a 2 in 3 chance here, Marbazir, of getting your third kill of the mission. And you got a crit. Nice. A lot of damage that guy took. Was that enough to give you a promotion? Apparently not. So, let's make sure we get people closer in... Well, I think everybody else can just sort of... Oh, I get a free reload, do I? Yeah, I don't really need to use that now. Overwatch. Overwatch. Thought I'd saved my acid grenade. Obviously not. Scanning protocol we could use. Let's go for it. What else are we going to do? We already know where the sect pod is, but I'd like to know if there's anything else close by. So that's the sect pod, which we knew about. That really the only thing that's in sort of range that we can see. Interesting. So yes, at least we can actually see the sect pod moving around now. It's actually gone a little further to the right. Now, is it patrolling on its own? It's going to be tricky to pull that sect pod, but not impossible. Let's move up here and see if this pulls it. If it does, we might have to back off. Okay, that didn't actually activate the sect pod. So let's start moving up some people, particularly those people who have grenades and rockets and stuff. Good, still haven't activated it. Let's go and take Marbazir. Let's put Marbazir up behind this full cover on this side. And then I think everybody else is just going to get up to this half cover mark here. Now then, let me just do a quick recount. We've just killed 2 here, and with 3 before, that was 5, and 2 at the start, that's 8. 8 out of the original 14. So we should have 6 left. So 14, 12, 9, 7. Where have I done my maths wrong? Oh, we've killed 7. Yeah, because that was a group of 3. So we've killed 7. Okay. We need you up here because you're probably going to need to take a sniper rifle shot later on at that sect pod. Which, if it moves back towards us, of course, will activate. And it is moving back towards us, and that probably will activate it, which is exactly what I expected to happen. Doesn't look like it's part of a pod. Now, it shouldn't use any cover, because they generally don't use cover. Now, obviously, it's got a lot of armor at the moment, so even though we're getting hits on it, we're not really doing a lot of damage. That said, we are doing some damage. We're still expecting a codex.
Armor still holding. It hit the plate.
Okay, so it's got 4 armor, which we'd really like to be gone. So, we are going to open up with Shadowhawk, who's nice and close and has a plasma grenade, which should be enough to... The only problem we've got to be careful of here is we're destroying a lot of cover that could be useful for us later on. So we do need to try and get to that facility, but that didn't take as much of its armour off as I'd have liked it to. But it did take off a fair amount. Don't have a second... Well, that's not true, actually. We do have a grenade we could use with Marbazir. Marbazir currently needs to reload, and he doesn't get a free reload. So let's go... First of all, can we hit from there? Yes, we can. So we'll give Marbazir his reload. Get that done right now. We do have a couple of gas bombs, which don't take armour. So I'd sooner... I'm going to aim to the left a little here, because I don't want to destroy this half cover, because we're going to run up to that before we move further forward. So that should get rid of its armour completely. And it did a fair bit of damage to it as well. And we should now be able to just take that out with Afro. That shouldn't be an issue at all. You have a 100% chance to hit that. 11 to 13 damage. Goodbye, Sectpod. I can't promise that you'll get to see one of these things shoot at me by the end of this campaign. And that was a promotion for Afro. I actually thought he was already max rank. So I stand corrected. Now I would like to go and get that loot, but I don't want to get it enough to just charge forwards. I'm just going to reload here. I'm a little bit worried about activating something.
Ready to go.
Plenty of time to grab that loot, so I don't mind that too much. Gizmo. See, I've destroyed a lot of my own cover here, really. Mind you, we didn't pick anything up when we did the scanning protocols, so we should actually be safe enough to... Oh, it's just a facility. I was just going to say, there shouldn't be anything in front of us because scanning protocol didn't reveal anything. It really makes me nervous when the game does that, just for the sake of the cutscene. So we should be able to run people up safely to this wall. And Shadowhawk, you can go up there as well. So I do still have the rocket launcher as well on the warsuit. So that's something worth remembering.
I'm all over it.
So just trying to get everybody as far forward as possible. You're going to go on Overwatch.
Getting a little toasty here. Getting a little too warm over here.
There, you're fine. Okay, got to move anyway because cover's been destroyed. So let's just go over here and... well, let's go over here and grab the loot. And that'll reveal if there's anything else close by. A superior stock. Nice. And a couple of Valyrium cores. Good.
I'm sure the docs will want to see this.
So we obviously need to go and get in that door.
On my way.
Let's go and start keeping cover. Still haven't pulled anything else yet, so let's just keep moving everybody up. Do we have a free reload with Afro? We do not, so we'll move you up here. We do need to reload with you, so that's what we'll do.
Locked and
At
loaded.
least you're still behind some cover. You might have some line of sight on stuff from back there, so I don't mind that too much. Maybe it's a little bit risky moving that far up that side of the map, because we might accidentally pull something else if we're not careful. Marbazir, you're probably just going to stay back here with Afro. No reason not to. So far we've only taken damage on one person, which is on our medic. We could end up taking damage on another if we're not careful. So we are going to start moving towards the building now.
Maintaining position.
We killed 7 aliens, then the sect pod, which is 8. So I'm expecting 6 more. So I'm expecting 2 groups of 3. Possibly. Really? Is that as far as I can move? Is that just because other people are in the way? Let's go and sort of start stacking up towards the facility door. Now, there may be windows and things. In fact, there are windows, so there is a possibility that we will get spotted through windows. So we do have to bear that in mind. Let's move Shadowhawk over on this side. Still nothing spotted. Marbazir, that is not cover at all, but we can probably... There is obviously a hole in the corner of the building here, which could be an issue. Let's get Marbazir up around that side. Still good. Azumo, you're probably safe there. Okay, nothing spotted yet. Afro, I think we're going to move you into this corner, because we need to sort of just charge up with you as well. And then I still have movement left. Not a lot of good cover that I can get in, really. I can't conceal again. May just have to move around there. I'm just hoping we don't pull anything by line of sight through windows. Everybody else overwatch unless you need a reload. You're fine. Alien's turn. Well, we can hear something inside the building. We absolutely expect there to be groups inside the building, so that's not weird at all. Let's go and move around to this area here. We might pull something through line of sight on the window. And we didn't, but at least it means now we've got access to the door. So we can start bringing people up into the cover on this side. Let's get you up there. Let's get... Can I get to... Well, not where I want to. I can get into the half cover, I suppose. This might pull something here, so this is risky.
Got some advent here.
Yeah, we did pull something. It's only a group of Advent, and 2 of those are just like normal soldiers, so I'm not too bothered about those. Obviously, they do get to move into cover, which is unfortunate. We are still expecting a Codex. Marbazir, you do still have your gas bomb, which you can kind of get in the window. I had one spot there where it was hitting at least 2 of them. That hits all 3 of them. Value gas grenade. That's definitely the best thing we could have done on that turn. Because now, those 2 are going to die on the next turn guaranteed, because they're poisoned and they've only got 1 health. This guy we could probably take out. In fact, Afro has... I'm not happy with Afro's chances of hitting from there, so I'm actually just going to move him forward. You can actually hit all 3. Do you know what? Let's go for the face-off, because if you pull this off, you can get a triple kill, possibly. There's 1. Oh, if only we could have done a little bit more damage, we could have got that achievement. A little bit disappointed in myself for not doing that. He's got 3 health left, though. We can probably finish him off. 47% chance to hit with you. I have a 59% chance. Let's take the 59% chance. We can always use combat protocol. Didn't need it. Okay, so that's 3 eliminated. We're expecting 3 more. I think everybody else is going to overwatch. Shadowhawk, you can move up here to this full cover.
On overwatch. Affirmative. Covering now.
That sounds like an Andromedan. I mean, we are expecting another group of 3. So I'm expecting Andromedans along with... I'm expecting Andromedons along with a Codex. Let's open this door, just so we can be sure that the room to our side is safe. At least opening doors doesn't use an action. Let's move Gizmo over here, see if we can see anything inside.
Yes, and judging by the subject's condition, I would say it was recently manufactured. No wonder they just keep coming.
Okay, so we have a new objective. We haven't activated any alien groups yet. And I say yet because we are going to.
First it's human bodies. Now we're finding Advent.
Something tells me they didn't abduct these ones.
Looks more like a production facility to me. The configuration is different. Is it possible? Could this be where the Advent forces are coming from?
Nothing is beyond the realm of possibility when dealing with the aliens.
So I'm expecting one more group, but I don't think we're going to pull them on this turn. So let's make sure everybody is at full ammo.
Reloaded.
Let's get everybody into decent cover.
No problem, boss.
Let's get you at full ammo as well. There's no reason why everybody shouldn't have full ammo to start this off with. We need to wait for the toxic cloud to clear in this room. Let's just move Shadowhawk up to this door. Which means we can move Marbazir up into the high cover. Afro, you can move up into this high cover for now. Remember, we do have to extract everybody, I think, on this one, so we do have to be fairly careful.
I'm on cover.
Okay, nothing exciting happened. Azamo, you are our designated door opener. Still nothing seen. Again, everybody can overwatch. I think we'll actually move Afro forwards a little more.
Moving to Overwatch. Come get some.
Need my own grenade to clear, that's the problem.
Enemy movement ahead. Roger, holding.
So we can hear them, but we knew that they were in that room anyway. Poison is dissipating, so we are about as safe to enter as possible. Now we probably want to go in through one side. So let's send the first person in. We didn't pull anything. Let's just move you into full cover. I am completely expectant that they are going to be in the back room. So it's also quite possible that they will get reinforcements on this mission. I'm not 100% sure. I've seen this mission played... I think I've seen this mission played twice before, although one of the people that I saw playing it was using an awful lot of different mods that messed around with the game in terms of the difficulty and the number of enemies you got and things like that, so I'm not going to go too much on that one, but I know certainly on Marbazir's playthrough, as far as I can remember, I think there were reinforcements. But as long as we're careful here. The placement of this group is going to make it difficult to activate them and get a line of sight at the same time. So we are going to have to move up in this direction. Okay, well we didn't activate them. There is a door through there. There's also a window. So if we're not careful and we move too far up, there is a chance that we could actually trigger something. This is a dash, so it's very risky, but we still should be all behind full cover. Yeah. So as long as everybody's behind full cover on this wall, I don't really mind too much. We'll just get people as far forward as possible. So there's supposed to be a codex on this mission. We haven't seen one yet, so I'm assuming there's one of those in the room. I can still hear what sounded like an Andromedan, because I don't think there are any mechs on this mission. I'm not in cover here, but I don't think I'm going to get attacked, so that should be fine. In fact, does that actually provide cover? Provides high cover to squad mates wherever you stand. Moving or attacking will cancel the effect, but it doesn't say that it gives the cover to me, which is a little bit weird. But that's fine. It doesn't really matter. Let's just overwatch. I can't overwatch. I've spent all my movement. That's fine then. Something weird's going on. Not enough action points. Okay, I understand I don't have enough action points. Let me select somebody else then. Right, there we go.
I'm on it.
Wouldn't let me switch to another character by pressing tab, and it was being a little bit strange.
Stay put.
Yeah, definitely an Andromedan in there. I'm 100% certain of that. So let's go up to the full cover on this side of the door. It might pull someone through the window. It did not though, which is good. So we could put Azumo this side of the door. I'd really like Afro to be somewhere where he's going to have a decent line of sight once the door is open. I don't want to get too close in this direction because of the window, of course, so we have to be careful there. Who else have we got? Shadowhawk. Possibly going to... Well, we don't want to destroy that thing because we have to pick it up, but you don't have any explosives left anyway. So we might just put you around the corner. Now, there's no point using the door as cover because the problem with that is the moment we open the door, this cover isn't there. We'll take Marbazir. Marbazir still has the flamethrower and another gas bomb.
Copy that.
If we can move Marbazir here safely, we might be okay.
On Overwatch. Oh, good so.
Now, it is possible if they're patrolling around inside the room that they might move close enough to the window to trigger. But I think we're going to be okay. Somebody is right the other side of the door. So, let's start by opening the door. There's our target. We've got 3 flanked aliens, including the Codex. They are going to move, though. So we've got a Codex, we've got an Andromedan, and... No, double Codex. That is a colossal pain in the arse. And they've all split up, which means I can't realistically hit them with anything too boomy. Wow, this is something that I wasn't expecting. Can we move Marbazir somewhere where we can do something flamethrower-y? And keep him in cover?
Let's do this.
Possibly move him over here. If we were to use the flamethrower, wouldn't hit the other one because the other one's in cover. Which is really annoying. I'm not too sure that the gas grenades are going to do anything to these guys because they are not organic. We could use demolition. What are our chances? 74. Do you know what? You've got a 70% chance of hitting a Codex. I think we just take that shot right there. Did a lot of damage to it. Now it is going to clone itself. It's actually moved out the back, which is a bit of a pain. At least the clone has, but it's split its health down. Now we need to try and get rid of that Andromedan. That is our biggest issue right now. It has a lot of hit points. So I need to move into a better position where I can potentially hit it. If I move here, I am still partially flanked. Do I have a line of sight on it from there? Yes, I do.
Moving to designated position.
So let's move over here. We need to get rid of its armor. That's our issue right now. Let's do that. That will probably take some of our cover out here. Yes, it did remove Shadowhawk's cover, I think. But it does give us better odds of hitting it. So Shadowhawk, you're a little bit exposed. Azumo, you are a little bit exposed. We'll save Azumo's shot for last. We would have a line of sight from here with Shadowhawk, so let's go and do that. We are now flanking it. So let's go and hit that with a 96% chance. And it was a good crit. Unfortunately, the armor kept it up. Azumo has an 85% chance of hitting it, so I think we take that. Ah, that still wasn't enough to take it out as much as I wanted to. This is going to be very difficult here. Because we really need to get that killed. We do have lightning hands, which I think we should definitely use to take out that Codex. That makes us a little bit safer. Of course, it did clone, which is a pain. Now, Azumo's taken his shot. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to take a shot with you. You've only got a 64% chance of hitting, and I don't like that. So we're going to use your grenade so that we can get a guaranteed hit on that, and then we're going to try and snipe it with Afro and finish it off. Because now it'll be in its robot form, and our blue screen ammunition will do its stuff. If I'd have saved Azumo's shot, I could have always hacked it, but now you should have... You've only got a 79% chance to hit, which I don't like the odds of, but what other choice do I have? And it was a hit. Was that enough to kill? I don't think it was. No, it's still alive. And I think that's all of my shots. Okay, this could be bad. We've also got that other codex outside, and we've got the codex inside. So we're about to have some issues. That's going to disable most of our weapons, which is really annoying, because we need to be able to move out of that. And you've gone on to Overwatch, and you're immune to everything. And you're attacking Shadowhawk. Well, Shadowhawk does have an exosuit. That was a lot of damage. Okay, this one is going to be interesting. We need to move out of this thing on this turn. We do have an Overwatch, which we need to try and get rid of. Marbazir, if there was ever a time for you to use the flamethrower, it's probably now. Flamethrower did 0 damage. So that probably wasn't the time to use the flamethrower. Fantastic. So now we've got somebody on Overwatch that we can't really do anything about. Well, that's not true. I need to move everybody as well. Ah, this is so annoying. Do I have anybody that I could... Right, you don't actually trigger Overwatch. So we could just go there and slicey through the wall, which I think is what we're going to do. That'll get rid of the Overwatch. Will cause it to clone, but it does remove the Overwatch. Now we can safely move. You've gone outside, that's fine. We are going to need to heal you up. So let's take Gizmo. Let's move Gizmo out of the way of that annoying thing. And we will... We do have restoration, which we don't really need it. We're just going to use the Gremlin heal on Shadowhawk. In fact, if Shadowhawk moves, he's going to be moving through acid. So I think what we need to do is move Shadowhawk first. There isn't... Well, we could actually get around that acid, to be honest. Let's just try and get away from this thing. I'm just trying to find a spot that is safe from this. I don't know how we're going to hit it. Whether or not Afro can take it out with his secondary. That's probably the only chance we've got of doing this. Let's move Afro over here. And we do have potentially 3 targets. Let's use face off. If we can hit all of them, it's a bonus. Good. Andromedan's finished. We missed the codex and we hit the other codex. Well, that was better than I expected. So there is still 1 codex left. Nobody has a free reload. Nobody has a grenade. We do have a combat protocol still. So if we move into cover over here, should be safe. We're not moving through the acid. So move into cover over here, and then we just use our combat protocol. We can kill this codex off. Now, those of you wondering why I'm not skulljacking the codex, there is a mission to do that, but it comes later on. We do have to complete some extra stuff before we can get that, so that's why that's not happening yet. So, what I should be able to do now is use Gizmo, who should have a movement point left. You are going to heal Shadowhawk.
Go medical.
Good job Shadowhawk was wearing that exosuit. Seven hit points healed. Now, I think everybody else is outside of the range of that thing when it blows.
Ready to
So we
engage.
should be okay.
Overwatch.
Overwatch. So that other one may teleport in. That shouldn't hit anybody. I think we're all out of range. Yep, good. But the clone will probably teleport in. We do have an Overwatch shot from Shadowhawk.
It only hit the armor.
But he's actually taking a shot at Azumo because Azumo's flanked. Azumo survived that quite nicely, actually.
Too close to the heat.
Azumo had a decent amount of health for that. Everybody else really needs to reload now before they can do anything. I got a free reload from there. So let's just go around here, take a free shot. Should have a very high chance of hitting. 85. Well, I wouldn't say that's very high, but... Well, it is very high, but not exactly unmissable. Fine, that's it down.
Kill confirmed.
Now, I am expecting them to have reinforcements. Azumo, you need to reload.
Rock and roll.
You're going to get over there. But you can't pick it up on this turn. So let's start moving some people forward. We need to reload with Afro. Shadowhawk is already reloaded, so you can stack up behind the door. Marbazir, you don't need to reload, so you can stack up behind the door. And Gizmo, you can stack up behind the window and reload.
Ready to go.
So we've still got some tricks left up our sleeve. We've taken out all of the aliens that we were expecting. So if we get any more aliens, it is purely going to be reinforcements. So let's open the stasis tube.
It's just like the one. Carefully. Preserve the specimen at all costs.
It's always Azumo we send in to open these things.
Confirmed acquisition of the package. Move to evac. Looks like they called him back up.
So we've got reinforcements coming in. It's exactly what we expected. Let's get the door open. Let's get some people outside here in cover that we can use to overwatch the drop zone. So we will overwatch there with Marbazir. You are already at the side of the window, so we'll put you into full cover, and we will get you to also overwatch. Azumo, you're going to have to pick this guy up. Which unfortunately means once again you won't be able to shoot.
Sure. I'll bring them in.
We need to get you somewhere in cover, preferably... Though that's high cover, you should be safe there. Who else do we have? Afro, you can probably get outside that window and line up for an Overwatch shot. Be a pistol Overwatch, but... Azumo's still trying to get around. Shadowhawk. We can move you there. You won't be able to Overwatch, but at least you'll have a shot on the next turn. As for myself... Again, the options are limited, so I might just sort of move up here so I can maybe run in and shoot somebody in the face later on. That's all the movement, so they're going to drop their reinforcements. I think we've got this mission covered. We've taken a little bit of damage on a few people, which is unfortunate. So it'll be a total of, well, not even 17 aliens, it'll be more like 20 aliens, because there was original 14, plus this 3, which makes 17. 2 Andromedans killed twice, so that actually takes the total up to 19. And then the 2 clones for the 2 codexes, so it should technically be 21 aliens when this mission is finished. A lot of Overwatch shots missing. The shield bearer's down, which is nice. That mob is here firing at somebody that's already dead. I do so love that Guardian ability where you just keep taking shots and never stop. Okay, so we have a heavy mech on Overwatch. Can we do anything about that? Can I have my turn, please? Yes, I know we've been spotted, thank you. I don't think I have anybody left with any sort of explosive. Morbazir has a gas bomb. Gas bomb's not all that useful. It'll hit the guy in cover. It won't do any damage at all to the mech. I don't even know if it'll break suppression because it doesn't count as damage. No, it did do damage. I'm surprised at that from a gas bomb. So let's just go and take the shot with... yep, you can see it. So we'll take the shot with Afro because again we've got the blue screen ammo. And it is well and truly dead. Now we've got one guy left with 1 health who isn't really a problem. Let's just take some shots at him anyway. They shouldn't get any more reinforcements. That missed, as expected. He'll die from the poison on the next turn anyway. Azumo can't do anything on his turn. We could suppress with Shadowhawk. 43% chance to get a kill here. Let's just finish them off. Yeah, there we go. Everybody's dead.
Well, how about that?
There shouldn't be any more aliens left on the map now. So let's start getting people towards the evac zone. This has already been quite a long mission. Anybody else that can move? Yep, I need to get over here somewhere as well. Anybody else? Nope, just me.
Looks like they called him back up.
Oh, more reinforcements. Okay, well that's not something I was expecting. Okay, Azumo, can we get you out of here with this guy? We might as well.
10-4.
There's no point keeping somebody around. Who's injured? We'll extract the guy. We still need to get out with all of our soldiers. So we probably want to get into cover. There's no point killing them really other than for XP.
Status confirmed. Target package in custody.
Right, okay. So I've got 2 movement left.
Understood.
Let's move up here into full cover. And Overwatch.
Moving to Overwatch.
We are going to have to start getting people outside, unfortunately. We can't get out through the windows, which is a real pain. So let's start bringing people out where we can get them. Shadowhawk. Don't really have any good cover for you.
Will do.
So we're not going to get many Overwatch shots. That's not too bad, though. I don't mind too much about not having the Overwatch shots. I just want people to be able to shoot at them on the next turn, potentially. Gizmo also needs to reload.
Good to go.
Move you out there anyway. Wonder if they just keep bringing in reinforcements on every turn. That'd be a bit of a cheap way to farm experience, wouldn't it? I know the UFO base invasion missions, they just keep constantly spawning reinforcements. 2 stun lancers here, and another heavy mech. So this will put us up to like 24 aliens on this mission if we kill them all. We don't need to kill them all, of course. It's important to remember that. We do have that heavy mech on Overwatch. Right, so what we want to do is get out of here. Now the problem is that heavy mech is on Overwatch. Now I might be able to break that. Who is furthest away? Afro. Can Afro get to the evac zone? Yes. So providing we can break the Overwatch, we should be okay. So if I move into the evac zone first, This is a colossal risk, but I'm going to try. I'm going to move into the evac zone first because I won't trigger the overwatch. I'm not even close enough for him to hit me. So the question is, if I move any of these people, will this trigger the overwatch shot? Yeah, I don't think it's actually close enough for the overwatch to hit anybody, so we should be able to get everybody out without triggering the overwatch. This is my plan. If you just ran through the poison... No, you're immune to it because you're carrying a med kit. That's fine. So one of those things that is never mentioned. If you're actually carrying a med kit, you're immune to poison. Ah! Afro triggered the overwatch shot. I should have pathed. I should have used a... waypoint. So that was my bad.
Got it.
So we've taken a little bit of damage. We've taken a few dings. There again, you know, it is a storyline mission. So I expected we would take a few dings.
Headed home. Evac confirmed.
Let's get everybody out of here.
Just in time.
We are done. The mission is over. This has been a long one. So as soon as we've got everybody back to base...
Clear of the area.
Yeah, 24 aliens. So we got 4 soldiers wounded. We killed 21. If we'd have killed those last ones, it would have been 24. So this is the thing. Andromedans count as 2 aliens. And every time a codex splits, it counts as 2. Afro dealt the most damage. Hardly surprising. We had a few robotic enemies on that mission. Marbazir made the most attacks. Actually, Gizmo the most under fire. A little bit disappointed that we got so many of the soldiers. I say we, it was my own fault. I'm a little bit disappointed that I got so many of my decent squad injured on that mission, but hopefully they'll be healed up quite quickly before we have to do any more nasty missions. And then it might force me then to actually go and get some people, some of my lobies ranked up a little bit quicker. Operation Doom Steed. I didn't even look at that at the beginning. So let's see what we've got. I know we got at least 1 promotion out of that. Afro got a promotion. I'm surprised Marbazir didn't. He actually got a fair few kills on that mission. We'll need to just remember to put an engineer into the med bay. So, we have 3 gravely wounded people, including Afro. Now then, we get 2 nice things here. We've got... Serial, a powerful chain shot ability. For every kill made your sniper rifle, your actions will be refunded, but slightly better is Fanfire, where you can fire the pistol 3 times at the same target. And that is going to be brilliant for you. You are wounded for 23 days, which is awful.
The confines of the suit we recovered, we have found what could very well be the prototype for Advent's seemingly limitless forces. Even focusing my efforts solely on this research, it will take a significant dedication of time and resources to fully analyze this specimen.
Okay, so we've got stuff to do. We covered Advent Stasis suit, which is a project we need to do in the Shadow Chamber. There we go, reduce the avatar progress by 2. There we go. So I'm going to take 1 engineer out of there. And put you in the med lab. Healing rate plus 100%. And then if we just have a quick look, because we've got 5 wounded people now. So we want to view our soldiers. Azumo's only going to be out for 1 day. Gizmo's going to be out for 5 days. Shadowhawk's going to be out for 9 days. We do have a spare Grenadier. Afro's going to be out for 12 days. So that's the longest anyone's out. We do have a couple of other sharpshooters that we can use. Not necessarily as good as Afro, but still we've got a backup for the time being. So I'm quite happy with how that's gone. Just before we end though, we will just go to the bridge just to make sure it registers that avatar progress reduction. We've got a lot of money now as well. We are still being hunted by that UFO.
This facility was clearly of critical importance to the aliens, Commander. This setback, along with the loss of the specimen your team recovered, will no doubt slow their work on the Avatar project.
And what would we get as a bonus from here? Recruits cost 10 supplies. That'd be really good, but it's probably not worth it. I am quite happy with how that has gone. Let's get back down to the ship so time doesn't progress anymore. But I think that was a good mission. It's been a long video, so thanks a lot for bearing with me. I hope you guys have enjoyed it and are still enjoying the series. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video. And until then, goodbye for now.